Alright. Super Mario Bros. Deluxe was the version I primarily grew up with. My family did have an NES. It broke pretty early on into my life. But then I got a Game Boy Color as a present. And played this game a ton. This is my original copy of the game, running on an actual Game Boy player. Through composite / as video going through a RetroTink. So this is the best quality I can feasibly obtain, not just emulating the game, but I also have the fun dynamic of having to use a GameCube controller in a 2D platformer, so that's gonna be funny. Alright, so you actually do have files. I did beat the game to basically test it out. This isn't my childhood save, though, to clarify. I did actually delete the save because of dead naming. So, yeah, the high scores are fairly fresh, just to clarify. So you have this cool little map screen. You can actually swap between Mario and Luigi using Select, which is really nice. There's no, like, direct co-op like in the old version, so this is, like, a little compromise. Check their channel and find out they're trans. That happens a lot, it feels like. Like, you just check in on a content creator, like, years later, and it's like, oh, this person's trans now. Alrighty, this is just Mario 1, but, like, really crunched down. Basically, the way this works is you can press up or down to scroll the screen to, like, the original height, and then you can also press select to move the camera out and back. It is not the best version in some ways. The way I describe this on paper is probably, like, the best version content-wise, but one of the worst playing versions. There's also, like, slowdown, I'm pretty sure, though I don't know if it's just because my GameCube is, like, almost 20 years old, like, genuinely. So I'll tell the story again, I guarantee it, but I do have a story about this GameCube. Basically, I was getting to the end of Thousand Year Door when my GameCube died, I'm pretty sure. We ended up getting a replacement of it, and then, like, immediately after the Wii came out, which can still play through GameCube games. So it wasn't the best investment, but, like, my GameCube's still kicking. I haven't even had to, like, replace anything on it. I have cleaned it up a few times. At some point I really would like a DOL 001 though, because you can use, like, an HDMI adapter. And I still have quite a few GameCube games. It's just a matter of, like, that costs money, and I don't really want to buy a third GameCube, to be blunt. I don't even have my original Wii anymore. I got rid of it when the Wii U came out, which was a mistake in hindsight. We'll be getting to the Mario Advance games later on, by the way, because, again, this series will generally try to focus on the versions that I grew up with, and I did also grow up with the Mario Advance games. So yeah, I did have an NES very briefly. I remember playing another game we'll be covering, probably next time, but never finished most of the games on NES. So my first time actually beating Mario 1 would have been the GBC version. I remember it was, like, on a visit to my grandparents. I'm pretty sure it wasn't the most pleasant visit because of family tension, but I just kind of was minding my own business playing Mario 1 when I actually beat the game. This version is a little bit more forgiving in some ways by having, like, saving. You don't have to, like, do press A plus start or anything like that to, like, resume progress. That's the other thing, I actually didn't know about the level select code when I was a kid. So I would always have to go back to the beginning, meaning I never really got very far in Mario 1, I'm pretty sure. I am, like, 99% sure this was the first game I played, though. Either that or Duck Hunt, which would also be bundled in with Mario 1 in a lot of versions. The Lost Levels continue system. I didn't know that either, actually. Lost Levels All-Stars. All-Stars is another interesting game. We'll talk about that a little bit later as well. But in a lot of ways, this is a very fun conversion of the game. And I genuinely wish this version was on NSO, knowing my luck, because I don't have Psychic Win Funny as much as others I know, but I do feel like I have a tendency to buy a game, or like do something with a game, and then immediately after a better version comes out. So I would not be surprised if like there's an NSO drop this week and it's a being Mario Bros. Deluxe, because that is how my luck goes sometimes. That was just me being really dumb and careless. The first game was Mario 64. Yeah, I actually have mixed feelings on Mario 64, but we'll get to that later on, probably. There's a couple games I'm really not sure if I want to include in this series just because they're really ungodly long. Xenoblade is one of them. Oh right, it would be the anniversary this year, huh? So yeah, maybe in September. So again, maybe I'm not gonna will it into existence this month, but it'll probably happen sometime. Again, this is a really fun version of the game. It has a lot of bonus content too. Ideally, I'd want a remake of this game of sorts, or at least some kind of version that basically takes the GBC content, but doesn't have the ridiculous screen crunch. And then I think that would actually be a really good version of the game. Yeah, I'm trying to play Warpless just because this game's short. If I play it Warpless, it'll be like 20 minutes. And I want to get more content out of it, basically, because it'll be very short otherwise. Ross playing as Luigi, by the way. Of the two, I do actually prefer them Luigi to Mario. I always have, really. Just because Luigi's kind of like the underdog, and I feel like typically it's more fleshed out. But yeah, a modern version without the screen crunch would be nice. The screen crunch isn't too bad. There's a couple levels that are really obnoxious because of it. Alright, so far so good. We're only in World 2 though. It gets harder around World 5. Yeah, the little like level map screen is really cute. So yeah, there's a couple games also I'm a little bit torn on for this little like mini-series of mine, because again, Xenoblade's long as hell. But the other problem is a little game called The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker, which I swear certain people in the know have been claiming is getting ported to Switch any day now, and they've been saying that for 4 years. So do I wait for a Switch port, or do I just like dig out my Wii U? I actually made a discovery recently. There's like 2 different types of like, no, 3 different types of like storage manufacturers for the Wii U. And I lucked out. I got the one that doesn't die as much. So my Wii U is going strong after like 13 years, because I just, you know, luck of the draw, I got one that actually does not have the faulty like NAND storage. We're gonna collect Doritos. I do not know if oh right, Zelda. I'm very out of it today. Oh shit, I almost just ran off the platform. I'm not paying attention. This level sucks. This is one of the ones that's miserable because of the screen crunch, because you can't see the fish. So a lot of times they'll just kind of snipe you because you literally can't see them coming. So yeah, oh shoot. Alright, we're alive. Listen, if anyone, it would actually be kind of fun to get a posse together for Amazing Mirror also. I've thought about it, because Amazing Mirrors could technically qualify for this series, because that was one of my first Kirby games. So if I could get a squad together for like 4-player Amazing Mirror through like NSO, that could be fun. Again, I make a lot of plans, to be blunt. I have issues following through with those plans. That's the other caveat to all of this. Like in my case, again, I've mapped out a general, like, list of games I want to do for the series, but a couple of them are like, I don't own them, actually. Like, Persona 4 Arena Ultimax would actually count, because that was one of my first traditional 2D fighting games. I don't own a copy of it anymore. I had it on PS3, and I had to rebuy it on like Steam or something. So I still need to figure out the logistics of some of this like Plant series. Also, the term like Fox Girls favorites is because, hi, it's me, I'm a Fox VTuber. And two, I just like alliteration. I just wanted something to have good alliteration. Like Fox's favorites was a possibility, but I almost like the sound of Fox Girl favorites better for some reason. Yeah, this will just be a recurring thing I do throughout my channel's life, hopefully, of just going through all my favorite games. There's a one up here, and I can never remember where it is. There it is. Mahjong Mondays. I have never played Mahjong, and something tells me I'm going to end up playing Mahjong by being friends with you, Son. Alright, 3-1, our first night level. And that colon 3 definitely tells me I'm correct with my assumption there. You're teaching Cubo, hell yeah. Who do you mean in P4 UA? Something tells me you strike me as a kanji main, Peter, and I don't know why. Or probably like Akihiko, actually. Now that I think about it. I'd probably stick to my original main, who's Yukiko. I like zoners. I like being a piece of shit with a ranged character. Hi, it's me, Dizzy Main. Alrighty then. I'm also gonna have to double up. That was really silly on my part. I'm also gonna double up a few games, because there are games from my childhood that I've already streamed, like Accent Core, speaking of Dizzy, and Sonic Adventure 2, I'm probably going to end up redoing. Your IRL Yukiko, I will take it as a compliment. I'm actually kind of upset, because I'm realizing you're right. I was just thinking about it the other day. I don't even remember what it was. Also, yeah, to clarify, you will always run into my main, because Dizzy is the arcade mode boss of Guilty Gear X. So she's always encountered, which is very lucky. Just perfecting her. Yeah, the GPA version is very easy. Probably to make up for the weird-ass button combos you have to put in. Because it's normally like all face buttons, but having to use like L and R definitely complicates it. I was thinking about, like, I don't even remember what it was, but I just started breaking down laughing at one point recently. Like, something was said, and I just could not stop laughing. I can't even remember what it was, but then I'm thinking about this, like, oh god, I really am Yukiko, aren't I? Alright, meanwhile, my favorite's Rise, because I grew up with Fruits Basket, and I'm typically biased towards characters voiced by Laura Bailey. Oh, alright, I almost didn't duck that, because I was thinking about Fruits Basket. You know, just normal things in my everyday life, getting distracted by thinking about Fruits Basket. Alright. We haven't died so far, so that's nice. We're heading into the rough stretch, though. I'm also trying to decide order, because technically Mario Advance would be a ways off, but like, in a lot of ways it would make sense to do Mario 2 next, but again, if we're going chronologically, I feel like other games would come up first. I'm also thinking about trying to do something really silly, which is a BizHawk shuffler of miscellaneous GBC games from my childhood. Like, I remember a Batman game, I remember like a racing game, there was like an Arthur game, so like, I've kind of considered just doing like a shuffler of a bunch of childhood games at some point as part of this series. So who have we established? Oh god. Persona 4 would count for that, wouldn't it? Yeah, it actually would, huh? I'm not promising a Persona 4 playthrough. I'm just gonna say this up front right now. if a remake happens between when I would get to it, because that'd be like in this timeline around 2013, this in the timeline's around like 2000, so like we have a ways to go. But if it gets a remake before then, I will try to do something with it, but I do not promise a full playthrough. But again, it is an important game to my love of RPGs, so I feel like I should play it a little bit on stream. I don't even know P4G. I think someone gifted it to me and I got rid of it on Steam. Just because I'm not, like, friends with that person anymore. I also don't know if I count reload or not, or if I should just do portable, because I almost feel like portable has more emotional attachment. I have more emotional attachment to it. And P5 is too goddamn long. I don't want to go through that again. Alright, the only mushroom stage in the game. But I think Lost Levels uses these platforms occasionally. I'm playing very recklessly because I'm not entirely awake. You know what I want a remake of? I want a remake of Raido Kuzunoha. And I'm not just saying this to be a smartass, I actually would want a new version of that game. Like, it genuinely seems kind of interesting from what I've seen of it. But it's like, I'm not paying like $200 for a PS2 game, because I don't know how well that game works in alternative methods, shall we say. It's also Digital Devil Saga, too. This is wrong. I don't know why I went this way. This is a maze level, by the way. This is actually a really big fix in Deluxe and also All-Stars. But they give you like a little chime if you actually do it right, or a little buzzer if you do it wrong. So you're not going in completely like having to figure it out on your own. So it definitely makes things a lot clearer. Especially for 7-4. Not to be confused with 7-Force. That is Gunstar Heroes. That is probably not a plus 2-bit. Alright, halfway through the game. We're only like 20 minutes in. Plus 1. Oh, thank you, son. So yeah, part of my desire for streaming was to kind of show the games I like, the games I grew up with, the games that shaped my interests, and continue to resonate because they are part of my life in a way, and Mario is definitely one of those series. The inherent problem is, how much Mario are we gonna get through this series? Because I've grown up with a lot of Mario. Like, do I do Mario Parties? Do I do Mario Kart? Like, it could just be a lot of Mario, or Sonic, or Zelda. And again, the big hurdle for me is Final Fantasy. Once we get to like Final Fantasy and Xenoblade territory, because those... Ow. That's just gonna be upsettingly long. Speaking of upsetting, I don't like playing 5-2 without power-ups, so this'll be fun. I'm not committing to a Mario Monday, just on the grounds of, I feel like that'd get kind of stale, actually. Just playing entirely Mario on Monday. I almost want to mix it up more. I like variety. Oh yeah, that's a game I can't do. I just thought of a game that's like, oh yeah, I think that's banned on Twitch, so I actually can't do that, even though it is a very important game to me. Very moving game. I played a visual novel, but yeah, I think it's banned on Twitch. Alrighty, so far so good, but now we have this little Hammer Bro section. I don't know if they give you a power-up here. I don't think they do. I know they do in the 8-3 Hammer Bro level. They give you a lot of power-ups, but... Oh. Well, I'll take that at least. The weird problem with Mario 1 is there's actually a lot of asset reuse, despite how short the game is. So we're coming up on like a reused level, essentially. Yep, it is Super Fucking Mario. It is officially a PG-13 stream, because I've used my one F-bomb for the stream. But hi, Nicole! Hey, I'm even getting a lot of fireworks too. That is not meant on purpose. It's just kind of working out that way. So yeah, this is just 1-3 again, but now we have bullet bills and smaller platforms. It's like, the game isn't that long. Why are we reusing assets this aggressively? But again, this was like a simpler time for games. Do we all get one? Sure? I don't know how that rule works, actually. Shucks. Okay. We just need to, like, swear on the good place now. Yeah, it's just one per movie. It's a very arbitrary rule, in my opinion. Oh good, we have this level without power-ups. This is gonna be fun. We have this long fire bar, so we have to quickly, and I said quickly, that is not quickly, but we got it anyway, quickly get the power up and keep going. This is really fun with screen crunch, by the way. Cool, made it. Alright, so far so good. Have we died yet? I don't think we have. I'm like genuinely surprised. Alright, that was dumb. I should not have gone away with that, but it worked. It's almost like I played Mario 1 a lot of times, and I kind of know how to navigate this game's, quirks, shall we say. Depending on how fast this goes, I wonder if I could squeeze in Mario Advance. I'm not really good at Mario 2 is the only problem. Like, it's a bit of a blind spot for me. Mario World also, which is... that was really dumb on my part. Which is also really, like... I don't know if that's surprising, because it's like... well, so much for not having a death. But I don't know if that's, like, surprising to hear that, like, despite growing up with Mario 1 and 3 a lot, I really don't have a lot of attachment to Mario 2. You know, despite the literal, in this case, egg character, I still kind of wonder if Birdo, like, cracked my egg. Or, like, it wouldn't have cracked my egg, but, like, I do wonder if she had some influence on my egg, basically. Just on the nature of, like, you know, sort of trans character. Though again, not necessarily handled the best in the original scripting of it. It's like Mario 2 isn't really a favorite of mine, but I almost feel like it is significant enough that I'd be willing to count it for this series. Everyone's favorite character, Ostrich? I thought it was Ostro. Why did they do that? I'm like massively on autopilot today. It's amazing I haven't paid for my hubris more. Yep, Miku number of coins, that's obviously good luck. 39 can be read as Miku. So it's often associated with Miku. You know, everyone's favorite character from Fortnite, Hatsune Miku. Alright, there's a power-up in the next stage, we'll be fine. I do wanna play more Fortnite on stream someday. I wanna play more Strive on stream. I just don't know a good time, because it's like... maybe when Venom drops, I'll try to jump back in. I don't know if I'd be good as Venom, because I've never really gotten into Venom in previous games, but... Oh yeah, Mouser. Again, we might have time for Mario Advance, but we might be pushing it. It might kind of carry over into Mario 3. But again, I do feel like we're gonna essentially go a little bit out of order for my life. And just do all the Mario classic games first, just because... If I be technical, I did actually grow up with the NES versions of those games, so they would be... Oh shit. They wouldn't be chronologically all in a row, but I would have finished them later. Oh god, the Super Player stuff. I haven't played Lost Levels in full in a very long time. I should play Lost Levels, but I don't know if I want to do this version of Lost Levels is what I'm currently debating. Cause like, oh, Lost Levels, the notoriously hard Mario game. Okay, but what if we add screen crunch? Man, I was planning to show it off a little bit, but probably not in totality, just for the sake of my sanity. I thought I would have clipped the fire bar, but I'm glad I didn't. Why is Luigi... Like, Luigi normally doesn't have a Fire Flower sprite, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he just has Mario's, usually. So this is actually a fairly unique sprite to this version of the game. I don't know what Mario... Like, Mario Maker, I think, gives him a unique sprite, now that I think about it.